you should be talking to an audience.
Wow. I was so close. 20. I just checked the word count that I had. 29,991 words at the moment.
Okay. So we have been discussing what we're going to be doing today.
Oh, hey, we hit live. Nice.
Apparently, yes, we're live now. Hello, welcome back to my channel. No, I don't know. That's not how I introduce videos, but hi, it's Margaret. Yeah.
Hello, beautiful friends.
Hello, my lovely friends.
That's it.
It's yeah. No, I know what I say. I literally just said it for the beginning of the vlog, but it took me like 4 times to get it. What?
You said my old one. I got rid of it. I'm starting a new way to start my videos, but that's what I used to say.
Hello, welcome or welcome back. Yes, I added the welcome or welcome back.
Hi, Danielle.
To my videos during BookTube Veda.
Gotcha.
And so now it's a thing that I do. So I was inspired by you, but also several other YouTubers. So
hey, oh yeah, no, it's definitely not like original.
Hello. The one thing I've stopped doing is asking people to subscribe because I'm like, I don't want you just blindly subscribing. No, I actually want you watching. I want you blindly watching.
Subscribe. I'll work on retention once I hit the goals I have. Then I can worry about it. But for now, just subscribe.
Like I just need 1,000 subscribers.
Yep, please do it. Once you get there, nobody else ever has to subscribe again if they don't want to. That's fine. But those first 1,000 people, they have to stick.
Oh, okay. If we're gonna that worked. If we're gonna be that way, so I should probably post this in a couple of Discords at some point. But we'll get introduced. So this is the first, like the kickoff, at least on my end, for the Weekend Word Nerdathon graphic novel edition. We are focusing on graphic novels this weekend and getting them read. I will have some of us are. If you find like I'll have in my community tab, I'm gonna post the graphic that has all of the prompts. So you can just go to my channel. I'll get that posted in the next sprint. Yeah, that's my goal, Danielle. I just want books from publishers.
That's a good goal. I just like some compensation for my labor, but
I would too. I would like to get this to a point where it at least pays for itself. Like where my ability.
I could go take the money I make and buy a book with it to then make a video about. But that's kind of like, that's a long way off.
See, I'm more thinking like I would like to get to a point where it's paying for the Canva, it's paying for the Adobe and all of that stuff.
That's fair.
It's paying for the StreamYard Pro level that I keep forgetting to cancel.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that does seem important.
So, it's maybe paying for another camera, like a vlog camera or better lights, that kind of thing. Like, I'd like to get to that point, but I'm pretty set up as it is, I think, in my opinion. So like I've got a good setup.
Yeah.
If I could get it to a point that it's paying some of my bills as well, I will not say no. I won't be mad about it.
Just put it away until I can buy a dog.
Yeah. I have officially started. Is it did I put the money in here? I haven't put it in here yet, but I've officially started the Tessa Fund.
Nice.
So
nice.
It helps that I now have an idea of what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, I'm eventually probably going to do a Patreon, especially considering some of the other things that I want to do. And I'm also thinking about doing some merch on Redbubble. Primarily because I just want to get a mug that says Fablin on it.
Hell yeah.
So what are the two of you working on?
I'm reading Before They Are Hanged by Joe Abercrombie and also editing.
Nice. So we're going back and forth?
Yeah. This is my graphic novel.
I mean, it is graphic from what I've heard.
So far, not really compared to the first one. The first one, we're like, we'll open on cutting off people's fingers, and I was like, oh, neat. And this one, it's more political so far. So
I'm gonna be honest. I would prefer cutting people's fingers off to the child marriage that is happening in the epic fantasy I'm currently reading. It's Robin Hobb, so
ick.
It's technically not child marriage because the parents are like, okay, we understand that like you like her, but she is 13, so no. And so like they're like, let's see what happens in a few years. I'm like, if we can just get her to fit to 16, I'll be happy. That's a mildly acceptable age. But
honestly, oof. That's all I have to say.
Just the biggest.
Mm-hmm. And I understand where she's getting her information from, especially considering this was written in the early 2000s. I understand why that is a misconception that she might have. But it's wrong. Children did not, unless you were of a noble house or a royal family, you did not get married at like 12, 13, 14.
Well, yeah, but that's also not a historical text. So,
yeah. So anyways, Ben, what you working on?
All right, we are working on writing the first draft for my science dissertation because bleh, good old PhD. The last, at this point, 2 weeks or so have just been like this final push to be like, all right, let's really try. Let's get like official summer graduation. We get the heck out of here. Just and there's been a lot of improvement. We're at 118 pages, so we have at least passed the threshold of minimum needed information and content and stuff in order to actually be able to defend it. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. I've been feeling real hype about like thinking about how better to describe and argue different points. But also, it really helps to have some motivation to keep going because the last few hours have just been like, what? Who am I?
I always like committed myself, and I don't know what kind of time crunch you're under, but when I was pretty ahead of the curve, but I always be like, okay, I will commit to writing a paragraph a day, and I have to push through like a good, and they're like long paragraphs. It's not like a fiction paragraph, and then be like, all right, I can step back for at least a few hours, like. As long as I do at least a paragraph every day, but that only works depending on your timeline.
I'm a man. I'm a boy all about bursting. It's all about like, all right, this is due in a month. Let's keep just like crank it.
I'd be puking.
That's a lot, really innuendous. My goodness. Deadline for this, at least for proper things, which I've just found out aren't nearly as like potentially bad if I miss them. It's not, but is the 6th. So
okay,
a little over a week.
That's wild.
I'm panicking a little bit for you.
It's in good condition. I've actually gotten through quite a bit of it out of the many sections spread across 8 chapters. We have gotten through most of what I need to do for 5 of those chapters.
Okay.
The 6th one needs to be re-edited. The 7th one needs to have stuff added to it. And the 8th chapter just needs to be written. But at least that one is conclusions, and that can just be like, hey, look, I did these things. It's really cool. Also, here's all the rest that needs to be done. Peace.
Here you go.
Please do exactly that at the end of your defense.
No, your defense is when you try to sound the most intelligent you've ever sounded in your life. You're like, I am but a genius, and then you leave, and you're like,
Hot, real quick, Cal, is that not the most intelligent that you've ever heard me sound like? Because that's the most intelligent thing that I just sounded to myself, for sure.
That's a good point.
Like,
peace. Yeah, no, that's pretty eloquent, I'd say.
It takes a lot to lift that bar, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry. Where I'm shooting myself in the foot is this additional appendix on Laplacian transforms and inverse transforms that are mathy and annoying and maybe doesn't need to go in there, but also just like, hey, I need to put it. This kind of needs to be described at some point. And
kind of the nice thing about history is I think the only like appendix I had to add was like a map. I was like, here's a map of Nigeria in case you're dumb. Okay, that was it. Like I did not have to do any special tables, and I'm like, oh, history is so nice. Like
to be fair, I don't think I really like necessarily. You could probably have gotten away with not putting it in there, but when I put it into this format, I was at 70 pages, and I'm like, well, I'll just do this, and that'll help guarantee I get to the past 100 word count. And now I've written that into the thing, and I feel like I would just much rather write another 15 pages than to go through and edit out the 4 or 5 references I've made in the text to it. Like,
This is especially funny considering you can just do a Control F and find all 5 of those references.
that has been a wonderful tool I've recently discovered.
She's nice. I love her.
But
You
yeah,
recently discovered that tool.
that's where we're at.
Science, Margaret. Obviously, in the humanities, you discovered that much earlier.
I mean, I had to go through a basic computer literacy class at the community college that we both attended. So
I feel like by the time I got into post-secondary education, they were like, "You're Gen Z. You're computer literate. We're not going to make."
He is not, though. He's a millennial.
I know. I'm saying I am. I never had to do that. They're like, "You know how to type." All right, moving on.
What? You're Gen Z?
Yeah, I'm the first year of Gen Z. I'm 97.
I was born in 97.
97.
Mm-hmm.
Gross. So
Which
young.
is wild because I'll have people call me to like be like, hey, I've got a case plan. I need to do this to get my kids back. And they'll give me like a mid to late 90s. And I'll be like, you are, or even in the 2000s, I'm like, you're too young to have your children removed. You're too young to even have children. What is going on? Here's the real problem we have is you have kids.
Well, hey, 90s, that I'll be 25. So that's if I was Queen Cloud of France, I would have been in my 10th year having children by now. So
God, fuck.
There you go.
Anyways, so we also had AlleyCat107 join us. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. Do I have anything else? Oh, what are we? I should probably say what I'm reading.
Yeah.
So I have 2 options right now. If I can find it on my computer, I'm actually going to be reading Black Beth. It's a graphic novel involving revenge. Here, this is the cover.
Okay.
And if I can't find it on my computer, see, 92 is weird to me, but not terribly weird. I'm like, that's close enough to the year I was born that you are an adult in my mind.
What about me isn't adult?
No, you're an adult too, but I know you. It's when I have these disembodied voices in the phone saying, yeah, I was born in 96. And I'm like, God,
all right, well, I'm just saying, I was born in 97. I have 2 partners, 3 dogs in my house, a car loan, a master's degree. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
We're as much like children as we always will be. I imagine until we have like children of our own. I feel like I predict there's a phase transition that happens in like how you view yourself when you go from spending your money on you and like all your resources on you to like, oh yes, I now need to keep this thing alive for so many
I'm with Danielle though. Gen Z isn't having kids. Kids are for rich people.
That is true.
Fuck
That is, I was just watching a whole problem. It's just like, hey, the housing crisis is causing everything to be bad, including kids, including economy, including ecology, and climate change. It's just all bad. Just
the government trades me a house.
High rises.
Kid, I'll give them a kid. But I need Justin Trudeau himself to be like, here's the keys to a house, and I'm like, all right, here's a baby. I'll do that. That exchange, but I'm not. Yeah,
I mean, a lot of millennials are not having kids either because, like, the ones that do have kids, a lot of them are the older millennials who are more established. They were more established before the recession hit. Whereas when you have the younger half of the millennials, we were kind of screwed when it came to the economy and we were entering our first jobs. Hi, my name is Margaret.
Hey, it's the word nerd. You came for books, but here's politics.
Anyways, while we're speaking of books that get political, I also have Batman Dark Victory to read. This was my, I just went to work after getting home at 11:30 p.m. and not falling asleep until 12:30 because that's how my body is built. And then I had to still be at work at 8 a.m. present from coming back from Utah.
Yeah.
So one of them is an arc. The Black Beth one is an arc, and I do need to read it. So that's the priority, getting that done. And then I'll go on to that one. But this one does not have page numbers. so it's a little bit harder to figure out how much I've read. So what are we feeling? Are we feeling long sprints, short sprints?
Probably
Do it.
long for me.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, but I'm not
Okay.
picky.
There is lots of colors. Okay, I want the ones that have no music. Wait, let me get to the right. All right, so do we want to say like a 45-minute sprint with 10-minute break? Will that work?
Sure. Again, do not
Okay.
care. I'm writing. But,
Okay. You're like, it does not matter to me. I need as much time as you can give me.
I'm just
I'm kind of
writing.
in that boat too. She's chunky.
Okay. Let me share my screen then, now that we have determined what our timer is going to be. Badoom. There we go. Share. Let's go ahead and get this baby into theater mode so it's easier for people to see. And then timer is counting down, and mute your mics in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you on the other side.
Well,
Welcome back.
I was gonna say that like that was much more pleasant than the explodey bomb one that I was here for last time. But then it kind of repeated. It started to repeat itself, and I found that annoying.
Oh, okay.
So like, what's worse,
Or-
prolonged cheery music or just a quick explosion?
Hold on.
Like, I don't know. It's not cheerful enough to me to.
Hi,
Hello.
Max.
Hey,
It's something, Max.
Hey Ben, this is what my face looks like.
Hello. I've seen. Fuck. What have I seen? Instagram. Something.
Oh, really? Okay. I was gonna say if you'd seen any of Margaret's BookNet Fest vlogs, you might have seen her.
I had made an
I don't think
had
he
watched.
watches my channel.
I had made more effort on watching your channel, and then I haven't lately.
He doesn't comment, so I have no way of knowing.
it's okay. Margaret's most recent video is too late to watch, anyways.
Oh, shut up, Cal. It was too late to watch because I spent 5 days with you.
Mine was up on time.
Speaking of which, how was the wedding?
It was really good. It was really good.
Talked to you guys since then, yeah.
We had fun.
I sunk a dog toy in a pond that clearly said no swimming. Jumped into said pond to try to find the dog toy. The pond was too deep, and then I had to walk in my underwear on a Utah highway, which is the place to walk around in your underwear.
This is the content that
In her
Wow.
defense, the underwear was a pair of boxers that were black. So you
Yeah,
couldn't-
it was like acceptable. Like you might not notice it, you know? You might not notice it.
If I had not known that there had been other clothes on top of the boxers, I would have thought they were just like black shorts.
Yeah. And yeah.
Oh, I need to hit that button. That's what I need to hit.
It was good though. It was a
As
very
long as you weren't packing, Cal. That would have been kind of awkward.
No, it was just a gaping boxer hole that leads to nothing.
I hear there's like a pseudo prosthetic, not one that like is attached, but one that just like
That's
I
a
don't know, like,
packer.
I think you use like a G string or something to like attach it to your body that gives you like that nice like sway and mass of having a cock. It's I hear
I'm so powerful with a dick. Like,
yes.
oh, the world would end. It'd be so great.
Speaking from experience, yes, but also quickly like, no. It's very like hit or miss whether you're feeling it or not.
See, that's where I'm like, this is where I'm really like, I wish I could do the Mr. Potato Head thing.
Yeah, I want that with my boobs. Like,
I want
someday-
that with my boobs and I want
Yes.
that with my dick. Like, I
Yes.
need that for my dick, y'all.
I'm just saying, like, some days, absolutely to cleavage. Some days, I just want to wear
Exactly.
buttons. Like, I just want buttons. Okay.
Exactly. And it's like, there are days I don't want to have to deal with periods,
Oh,
but like, I also don't want to have to deal with the awkward boner situation. Like, that's really awkward. Ugh.
had so many awkward boner situations this weekend. I don't even have a penis. The dog I am raised, the service dog washout that I have in my house right now. So my girl is in heat, or she just finished. He came all over himself. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah.
I only buy females for a reason.
Dogs get too excited. It's frustrating.
Yeah, and so like I was like, is that like pee down there? And I reached
I
down and it
feel
just,
like dry hump everything.
it was just- yeah, he tried to fuck this computer chair. Like, he's he's only one, so I don't expect him to be sensible. He's also dumb as a brick, so I'll never expect him to be sensible. But
That's why
when I
he's a
reached down to
lockout.
pet his stomach and my hand came away sticky, I almost killed myself. I was like, nope. Like,
That point, you just spray him down with a hose.
oh, I was like, to the bath. Like, we have like the detachable shower head, so we can just spray them. But
I wish we could have done that in one of our bathrooms, but neither of our bathrooms are set up for that. There was
it's pretty
no way
lucky.
for us to do it.
To be fair, you didn't have quite as desperate a need to wash off Susie.
Right? That's
No,
never
I did
happened to a
not.
girl. I've never, no.
Uh,
Cassie rolls
Oh.
in shit sometimes. So
Cassie
eh.
eats
Yeah.
shit sometimes.
Cassie's a fan of shit.
I
It sounds like she eats shit a lot,
he will bring
Okay.
it to you apparently.
even if just metaphorically.
No.
Both.
She hasn't
Me too.
done it since we upped her food, but we had her on like I had her above the recommended. Okay, so I have them on a super intense, like high protein sport kibble,
Mm-hmm.
and I was giving her the recommended food for her weight, which Briar is bigger than her, and I was giving her the same as Briar, and it wasn't enough, so she was eating shit. And so I doubled her food. So she's getting 4 cups of high protein sport kibble every day, and Briar gets 2 cups. And like, yeah, girl. And I tried just cutting it back a little one day, and she ate shit immediately. She was like, "No, I'm hungry." So yeah,
My tummy needs filling.
Yeah.
What are you doing to this doll?
girl, just she runs. Okay, she's sporty. She's sporty.
I was gonna say, I feel like I remember you saying she's way more hyper than Briar. She doesn't listen to you as much as Briar.
No, she listens, but only to me. Only to me. She doesn't care what anybody else has to say about anything. Yeah, no, like Emma and I will like. be
Unless
sure-
you
we
are
have to-
throwing something for her.
That's true. But like when Emma comes over, Cassie has to sleep in the crate because she'll like try to suffocate Emma in the night. Like she's a jealous and fickle creature with her.
Let her mellow out a little bit. She'll have a litter. She'll be fine.
Do you want to mellow out? I don't know. It sounds like you wouldn't be as impressive if you were mellow. She has her first competition on Sunday.
Nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you were gonna trope your dogs, what characters would they be? Like, is Cassie the butch lesbian that doesn't do shit?
No, Cassie is like either Ace or very Demi. I would have always said Ace, but then at retrieving last night, she did walk by like Macus and Porto have come on to her and she's been like, "Fuck off or I'll kill you." But then she walked by a grand champion show dog last night and she was like, "Hi, Oakley," and I was like, "Cassie." She's like, "What the fuck, Oakley?" And I was like, "Whoa, what?"
I'm sorry. I remember there being chats of her backing herself up to
Yeah, she
Macus'
pressed-
crate.
Oh, she was just teasing him, but she did try to fuck Briar last night. No, like several. But Briar is like the flower power, like pansexual. Like Briar's just like,
Dippy.
yeah, like loves the earth, loves peace, is like
Loves everyone.
Cottage core.
yeah, absolutely. That's Briar for sure. Like Briar is out there like
Okay.
tending to her garden of black-eyed Susans and painting watercolors in the attic. Like that is Cassie is like a Dora.
Oh my god.
That's Cassie.
I now have a reference for that too.
Yeah.
I know what
Cassie's
that
just
means.
like, I have to be
Dora,
successful
and I
all the
hate
time.
Cassie, how does Cassie have such eldest daughter energy?
Seriously.
I don't know. And then if we're going with She-Ra characters, Macus is like Kyle.
I don't know if I've met Kyle yet.
You have. He's the blonde one in the horde that
He's just the one that's in the background all the time.
sucking at
Are you
everything.
just now starting She-Ra?
He sucks at, yeah, he sucks at
I
everything.
don't watch TV shows, guys.
I mean, that's
I
fair.
have, like,
To
one
be
season.
fair,
Crime against humanity,
Time.
Margaret.
I watched like maybe half of the first season and then kind of got distracted, which I did
Of-
turn on again.
Of what?
She-Ra
She,
specifically.
Okay.
So I recognized Adora, and that was it.
That's Cassie.
Like I know the designs, I can't remember the names of the rest.
Nice. All right, we are sprinting, so mute your mics. We can talk TV later.
okay.
I
Well, hello.
Welcome back. How did we do? How did we do?
I uploaded my video.
Yay, good for you. Just got to schedule it.
Well, let's find out. Last time I did about 200
I got
words.
here.
Oh, nice. Are you
Oh,
reading her?
Gabby's.
I completely forgot, not completely forgot, but like, because they announced 2 more seasons. I was just like, I know, I saw that on your on your Twitter. They announced 2 more seasons, and I was like, okay, but the first season was 2 of these bitches.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So how are they going to get,
Paris?
how are they going
Going to
to,
be
how
like-
are they going, I just don't know how they're going to split up the next season. It's really interesting. It'll be interesting. I'm trying to, I'm reading to see what I
How
think
many
they'll do.
volumes has she published?
4.
Oh, well, 4 of them are out,
But there's going to be another
but
one. At least
there's gonna be one more, and that they released the webtoons. There's already some from the next.
I mean, we're season 3. We're talking is at least 3 years out, if not more, depending on how production schedules and
no, it's 3 weeks out because I can't bear to think about that possibility, Margaret. So just
So-
keep telling me it's right around the corner.
she probably can, like, if she gives them information for what like volumes 5 and 6 would be volumes 5 and 6, it probably won't be too spoilery for anything that because she probably will have already released it on the webtoon by the time season 3 comes out. That's just my thought, because that's
Well,
typically
because all of the books are connected. So where we are right now. I think volume 4 was actually in the middle of when Solitaire was happening, which is the book about Charlie's sister.
Yeah.
And now in volume 5, I think we're about to get into the part with Nick and Charlie, which is the name of another book in this series, and it's about how. Nick is a year older, so he's getting ready to go off to college.
Yeah.
But Charlie is still in high school, and there's going to be that struggle dealing with long distance and being in college. So, well, that's what the next. That's what volume 5 is going to be.
Some people make it work. I got
Nick
to
and Charlie are 2 of those people. They make it work. We have proof.
I finished the last 10 pages of Black Beth. It was interesting. Basically, it was like a whole bunch of little one-shots for this comic that started in the 80s and then kind of got shoved in a drawer. It was good. It was interesting. It was like a mid-range. And now I am reading Grass, and I am on page 220. Come on. So.
Bubber!
No, hi!
She's like,
Is that a Cassie?
this is
Oh, that's a
Brewy.
Brewy.
This is Briar.
There's your brewer. Right.
I got to spend 5 days with a brewy.
Yeah. Brewy is at bedtime.
Hi, Briar.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh.
I figure one more sprint, and then we'll be done. Do we want to do the full 45, or do we want to do something shorter?
Up to you.
I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think I already got almost halfway through this. So if we do another 45, maybe I'll finish it. And
nice.
try to figure out how Alice and the Netflix team are going to organize the next 2 seasons.
Well, we're getting like a whole Isaac plot that obviously doesn't exist in the comics. So like,
That's true.
promised that. She promised she'd give us an Isaac and asexuality plot in season 2.
Yes, I was very excited about that. Because there are actually some things in here that have already happened on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested.
We'll meet that shitbag of Nick's brother.
Yes, that's happening. David's going to be here. His dad's going to be there. The Paris trip, obviously, and
Iconic.
but it's also the start of noticing Charlie's eating disorder, which is going to be sad.
Cal and Elle getting together. That happened.
Cal and Elle actually getting together.
Ben, have you watched Heartstopper yet?
I haven't even heard of it before.
Whoa. That's homophobic.
It is, honestly.
You have to
I
keep in
mean-
mind he is not on Twitter, and he definitely was not on Twitter when Heartstopper was coming out. He was doing one of his
I'm not
More
actually
little
accusing your
faces.
brother of homophobia. Don't worry.
No, that's fine. My existence is like
He's also
it's either
doing
very homophobic or it's very homoerotic. There is no middle ground. Not like intentionally. It's just like it's like my essence as a being. Like I have no hate in my heart, but yet
But then you go do something like not know what Heartstopper is, and we're
I
like,
know it's really
is he even an ally?
Hey.
Like, whoa.
it makes you take a step back and like evaluate your life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Real quick before we go into the next sprint, because we've got like 3 minutes left, Alley Cat got to chapter 25 of Winter and is currently gaming. Very cool.
Excellent.
And then Danielle read 2 chapters and is watching a Kayla vlog.
Nice.
Nice. Okay, we can now continue our conversation. I'm
Not that
yeah,
we
I'm
can-
interested to see what happens in the next season. That's gonna be like I've heard.
I mean, I'm mostly just interested in how they're going to break it down.
I try not to worry about that stuff too much because it's already better than the 100. So
Oh yeah. Source material
Wait,
alone.
what? You have turned on the 100? No.
Turned on the 100.
my
Because
dude,
the
you
show
are like
better than
2 years
this.
late.
Like,
So if the last season had made it out real well, I would not be mad at it. But they just tanked everything that they built in 6 seasons.
Yeah, Jason Rothenberg really went and did that with season 7.
They out Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones.
Yep.
Wasn't Game of Thrones already out by then? Didn't we learn this lesson?
Yeah, and it was, but like so.
Wait, or was it happening at the same time?
No,
It was probably happening around the time that they were filming.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But again,
Oh.
a lot of what happened with Bob's character, with Bellamy's storyline, is because Jason Rothenberg is a petty bitch.
yeah, like
I
obviously
mean,
Heartstopper is still making
That's
it
goes
with
for like everyone on all the characters, all the storylines on that show.
Yeah, they all got
Rothenberg's a petty
stories.
bitch.
I mean, I actually think that the show, the first few seasons when they're like good, like the first 6 seasons are in fact better than the book because they did a good job of adding
Yeah.
in there. They had a really good
I can
plot.
see that,
The
yeah.
books are very run of the mill, dystopian, futuristic survival type things.
YA circa 2010s. Yeah.
They made it something. They really did a good job of making it something else. Like the first season is immaculate, just about if you don't ignore just the always there and
The dead bro walking. You have to ignore the dead bro walking, or else
the what?
the dead bro walking.
Yeah.
The Wells, that really sad Hollywood trope that needs to die in a fire. That has actually
So here's the thing: if they had done the casting right, because it's revealed in the books that Bellamy and Wells are half brothers. If they had done the casting right, we could have had some really, because Bellamy's whole thing is about family.
right.
So Wells, they could have done something very differently.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I didn't know that.
They chose to kill the black guy for the shock value. So
And because Hollywood likes to Hollywood and do their Hollywood racism tropes thing.
yep. All right. We are going 10 seconds.
wow.
8 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and peace.
3.
We got it.
1. Mute your mic.
Yep.
we're back, and Cal's asleep.
How are you asleep?
Wow, that's
Hey,
so quintessential Cal. To be
Yeah.
fair, I'm fucking dying. So like,
It's 10:54.
I feel you, man.
we'll wrap this up.
It's only 9:54. What are you talking about?
East Coast.
Now.
So I finished this.
Yay, Central Time Zone.
Yeah.
I finished it.
Yay!
Nice.
And I figured out this one is actually much chunkier
Yeah.
than these two. So I don't think I realized that. So that makes a lot more sense now.
That might have something to do with why they're doing that in they're going to do 2 seasons. So yeah,
They
no,
did these in one season. Look, this is tiny. This is tiny compared to these.
oh yeah, it was like only like 100.
It's like half that.
Yeah.
It's a chonker.
Yeah, it's more like half
You know what?
that.
There's parties to be had.
So yeah, 3 or 4.
Nice. How did you do, Cal? Did you just get snuggling?
I literally did. I made my bed
Good.
and then I got in it. So
I was gonna say, did you fall asleep?
no.
Sometimes that's just how the day's got to go, you know?
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I let my dogs out to pee, so that was good.
Nice,
Good
nice.
pee. So yeah, I don't know. I feel real accomplished.
Good. How'd you do, Ben?
I am so close to have like finished all of the actual like system results, and so I'm so close to just being able to write bullshit and be done with this. So close. I'm so tired, and the worst part is right now what I have to put in is math, and that's awful. And at least like LaTeX is the easiest way to do that. But it's still a hell of a lot more cumbersome. You can see how drunk I am. It's still a hell of a lot more cumbersome than like just writing it out.
Wait. So you're doing the math drunk?
No, I'm just so tired. I feel drunk and I'm slurring my words. I just want to cease existing for a little while.
I mean,
Okay, but now you have to try it
That's
drunk.
what's called sleep.
Oh my god, it's so late apparently.
You could finish this tomorrow. Do the bullshit tomorrow and the last bit of math.
Maybe. I'm not running around.
And read Heartstopper.
Yeah.
I don't think that's happening.
Maybe when I have free time in 5 years.
But this one's short.
Oh.
Yeah, you can read it waiting for the plane.
Wait, Ben, you're in Central Time Zone, right?
Nope.
You're in Indiana.
I am 10 minutes away. I am 20 minutes away from Central Time Zone.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. I keep forgetting that Indiana is an hour ahead of me. Shit.
You think in Illinois? To be fair, there's a little bit of Indiana that is in the Central Time
That
Zone.
is Central Time Zone. Okay.
That has got to be really annoying for people who live in Indiana because, like, you cross that invisible barrier and suddenly time is different.
Is there anything that wouldn't be annoying about living in Indiana? No offense, Ben.
What are you talking about? I'll talk dog shit about this all the
Yeah,
time.
like isn't that one of the
Yeah.
like?
All right, real quick, Cal. I got one thing.
Okay,
One
okay.
good thing about Indiana. It's not Ohio.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. That's also a place I wouldn't want to be permanently located.
True, yeah.
To actual hell.
Columbus is not that bad, but like.
So it's so flat and there's nothing interesting. And it's
It's
like
all
I didn't
far.
really like, okay, fine. I picked a place that had a real winter, woohoo. But also I found the one place in goddamn world where it's flatter than Florida.
Ontario's
At least you're
too,
still
but
hot.
you've got stuff going on.
What am I supposed to do?
Like when I was living in Vermont, though, my ears would pop like all the time because
Vermont
I was
is
in Vermont. So like, don't worry about the ear popping. At least you don't have the ear popping.
Oh my god, we were driving through the mountains in Utah, and like we'd go like a couple of miles, and I'd be like, oh god, I gotta pop my ears again.
Don't lie down, puppy. Don't leave.
Guess you did go to Utah, didn't you? That's pretty
Yes,
far away.
I did, and I almost didn't come back, except that it's run by the Mormons, so I wasn't staying.
Is that your first time out west?
It's mine.
Out like it's my first time actually being out west, and like I've been to California, but I only stopped over there for a layover that was 6 hours. So
Yeah.
I
I mean,
Oh.
even if you've seen California, is not the West. Like it's West Coast, but it's coast. It's got greenery and life to it, but it is not the impressiveness that's the Rockies.
yeah, I have not been to any of the western states then in that case until just now.
Yeah. God, I mean, there's a reason I've been there so many times.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
No, I enjoyed it thoroughly. Somebody was like, "Oh, you didn't bring home a man?" I was like, "Caitlin, they're all Mormons." Utah.
You were there for like
Were you
4
in
days.
Salt Lake City? Real quick, were you in Salt Lake City?
Yeah.
I was. We were with the two people there that were not Mormon,
Oh, okay, never mind.
and
I
I'm
was
not
about to
even
say,
sure
like,
how that
it's
happened
just
because
that city.
the entire family is.
The rest of Utah is fine. It's fine. It's okay.
I mean, they still have their
Salt
same
Lake
like
City.
progressive laws as the rest of as Salt Lake City.
Well,
but
80 Brianna was saying 80% of the state legislature is Mormon.
it's
So I don't
Mormon.
think it really matters what the rest of the
What the rest of
population
them
is
want.
up to. The people making the laws.
Oh
No,
no.
Fine.
we apparently managed to be in the liberal parts of both Salt Lake City and Utah for the most part because we were Park City and then
Park City's like a vacation town. So
and then we went to downtown Salt Lake City, which is where people wear shorts.
yeah, we went to the gay Barnes and Noble.
Ooh.
So,
Ooh.
anyways, I am tired, so I probably won't get links in until tomorrow, but there will be links at some point if you're watching this later to Zeet's channel and Zeet's person. And I don't know if this one has anything for me to link anymore.
Come here, Cassie.
Hey, you can still
Oh,
link
it's
in.
on Twitter, right? Although you're not on them very much, right, Ben?
Also, if you enjoy me, being annoying, you can come and check me out on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. over at twitch.tv/luckcheck, where we play.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Because the last two times you sent me the link,
I know. I
Show
immediately.
has canceled.
By the way, I have to cancel. It's just like this sucks. That's not even including the time in the middle where I knew enough ahead of time not to go on a fucking like, hey, check out the show tonight, guys. We'll promo around.
So, anyways, that reminds me, I do need to message the group and see.
Hopefully this Wednesday we will be playing D&D. It's fun. It is an interesting rotating cast style D&D show with
that's interesting.
with a pair of DMs who alternate between DMing and playing the central character of the show, Greg McGregorson. Okay.
Oh, Greg.
I actually can't remember. The fun bit is like to narratively justify this. He's possessed by multiple spirits.
Greg
know.
McGregorson is just the dumbest D&D
It's
type
terrible.
name.
It's so good. It's meant.
That you just get it's so it's classic. It's just like
Bodie McGoldface.
Look, we haven't really gotten to it. My character is basically me realizing with me figuring out how to make a silly Yu-Gi-Oh character.
I'm sure
It's
you
funny.
watched enough Yu-Gi-Oh for that to work.
Yeah, all 30 episodes of the abridged series. No. So like I was doing like this kind of like homebrew class from this book that was kickstarted. It's dope. It's like it includes, and it was like, oh, this kind of includes cards. And my friend, the guy who runs it, loves making inventing card games. So he was like, yeah, I'll make a quick card game for it. It's talking about like all the world, like where to go. Oh, Ebolus, that's where all the tieflings are. Yeah, that seems kind of cool. I'd play a tiefling. Let's try that. By the way, it's Egyptian inspired. So now I'm like, oh, okay, I'm an Egyptian card player. Well, there's only one way to go. I'm like,
there's only one way to do that.
Here's the system of Iblis and how people get possessed in the royal lineages, because that's the way that society runs.
Dear God. I forgot that was like the entire plot of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah. So currently, little Yugi Stand Kamos is running away from his duties to be possessed by the old pharaoh.
Oh, okay. Good for him. All
Background spoilers.
So
Also, it turns out Egyptian accents are basically just French accents, so that's a fun time.
It's a francophone country.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, a lot of Africa
Colonization's
was colonized by France.
Yeah.
And if they weren't, they were also colonized by a country that spoke French. A lot of the time.
No.
Like a lot of the what?
No, that's not statistically likely. If you weren't
Probably.
colonized by France, you weren't statistically then likely to be colonized by Belgium. You're more likely to be colonized by England and the Netherlands or Portugal. Belgium sucks at everything they do.
Even colonization, apparently.
Yeah,
That
they
many
do.
of the hoity-toity English people that were going out there also spoke French.
Yeah, but the locals would not have been
They would not
educated
have
in
got the
French.
locals, but
So it's not, that wouldn't result in like a permanent French
wouldn't
language
result in
isn't
being a
popular in Nigeria
what?
or Ghana. Like you're not gonna run into Ghanaian people that were like casually educated in French.
All right. With that word of wisdom,
Master of history.
Of African history.
that's literally Cal's thesis.
It is not.
It's not literally Cal's thesis. but
I don't talk about the French. I had better things to talk about.
All right.
I don't believe you. I said I don't believe you. I'm sure you could talk about French all day.
I could, yeah, but I was talking about an English colony for my master's.
No, but our favorite thing is me reporting back every time Henry Morton Stanley shows up.
Oh my
on an
God.
episode of Behind the Bastard.
I didn't mention him once in my entire master's thing. I didn't mention him. He's not
Good
there.
for you.
Yeah.
Why not? That seems like a
Does that
shame.
mean we're proud of you, Cal?
Because I'm tired of him. And he's lying.
He is
Little,
exhausting.
and I'm tired of the historians that were like, he hated women. It's like, no, he was just gay. Leave it alone.
Is that the Rhodesia guy?
What?
Was that the Rhodesia guy?
No, that's Cecil
No,
Rhodes.
that's completely different.
That's a
No,
Rhodes,
he's
yep.
the one. I don't know if you've listened to that episode yet, but he's the one where Robert was talking about how like he mentioned like in the biography that he was referencing, he's like, I just want to point out that like this dude is very much like saying he's not gay, and yet there is all of this. I don't know how you explain all of this. So he's good.
There is nothing about this.
But for years, historians were like,
exact-
maybe he had a deep-rooted fear of women. It's like there's such an easier explanation. They're like, maybe he was molested by a woman. I'm like, the answer is so clear.
He continually is like, you'll see terrible people in history, and he'll be like, so now we get to the part where they were into younger boys, and by younger boys he means like 16, 17, which were considered adults to some extent in some of the time periods at least. But like the dude that started the Boy Scouts, like there's no evidence that he did anything, but he did spend a lot of time around young boys.
This got way off track from Henry Morton.
Yes, it did.
Now queer men are the villains of history, which
They are
I was
not, but
just
Dora.
villainizing Henry Morton Stanley. Margaret, you took it somewhere else.
there were a whole bunch that ended up colonizing some shit. No.
Because the idea of running away and getting malaria or yellow fever and dying in the fucking jungle was better than having a heterosexual marriage. Okay, that is the answer.
You know what? Facts.
Facts. Like, just saying.
Fact, that's gonna ruin a country.
Hashtag relatable.
It's like, ooh,
think
I
we
could do that, or I could face certain death.
I'd rather die than be straight.
Yeah, and like the worst
Yeah.
death. Can you imagine dying of yellow fever? No, thank you. No, fuck that.
Oh. Okay. For realsies. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later when we will talk about more wordy.
Pretty